What's going on, guys? PGZ36 here, and we're back for another review. This time, not of a video game, but of one of my cabinets as well. Because last time, if you guys remember, I talked about this machine, my Mortal Kombat machine, which I got about 2 years ago, and I gave a full review on all the controls, gameplay, music, sound, all that stuff, and I gave it a good review. I'll check it out. Link will be in the description below. But since recently, I've gotten another one, more of a retro one. Yep, the Miss Pac-Man Arcade1up machine. Now this one I got about a year ago, maybe. It has about 4 games in it. You can see there. Has a new sound barrier. And it's all retro Pac-Man classics, all the stuff. So we're gonna get a review on, and we're gonna jump straight into this. So let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna talk about comparing this to the Mortal Kombat one is differences. So the first difference you might recognize is that it's all like Miss Pac-Man, Galaga, old retro games and stuff, because this is one of the earlier Arcade1up games, because, well, not early, not by, like, release of the machines, but what's more of classic arcade games. Kind of like this one over here. That I'll get to in another video, but right now we're talking about this one. Now, the first thing that's really cool is that it has the most upgraded thing, which is the sound barrier, or the sound effects, or basically the sound buffer or something. The speakers, that's what it is. The speakers for the sound. If you notice that it's no longer like here or something, that's because it's all the way under there. You can't really see it, but like right here's one, and right here's another one. And the biggest advantage of that is that it has a volume control. So you press this, and look at that. You can adjust the volume to any way you want. You can make it very high, you can make it very low, you can make it none at all. I sometimes like playing at night, so I turn it off so the others don't hear it in the house. But yeah, that is probably the most advantage one out of all of them. Now, let's talk about the cabinet itself. As you can see, it's got that classic Miss Pac-Man machine look to it. It has the wallpaper, has like the slanted sides on it. It's got detail all the way from the sides. See the ghost. Even on the top has some. But yeah, for a classic one, I gotta say this is very well more designed than the Mortal Kombat one. I gotta say, because, well, it is a retro one, so it makes sense that it has this type of thing, because it's only like, unlike the Mortal Kombat one, where it has 2-player on it, it only has 1 player. Well, it still has 2-player in the games, but you each have to share 1 controller. So, that I find is a bit different from the Mortal Kombat machine, but that's because that one over there is a fighting game. That's all just fighting games. This one is just like classic Pac-Man puzzles stuff. Like you go around, you eat dots, and you defeat ghosts, or like in Galaxian, you shoot down aliens and stuff. So that I find more classic than the Mortal Kombat one. Obviously, for me, it is. That's what I think on that. Now, let's talk about the game selection. Oh, hold up. Hold on, I'm gonna have to restart this real quick. Oh wait, no, hold on. my mistake. My mistake. Hold up. Yeah, you hold that, it restarts the game. Now, anyway, let's talk about the game selection. Ow! Sorry, stepped on a cord. But anyway, as you see, we have 4 selections of games. Now, usually it has all Miss Pac-Man, but sometimes have like a Galaga or Dig Dug side, or whatever type of special. So you got Miss Pac-Man, you got Pac-Mania, which is like a 3D maze type Pac-Man, and Pac-Man Plus, which is a bit different from Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man Original. But you also notice that comes with Galaxian, and that is a shooter one where you go in and you shoot down aliens from trying to destroy, like, it's the early example of Galaga. Everyone knows what Galaga is, so it, you all know what I mean by that. Basically, that's what this button's for, is for Galaga. So yeah, comparing that to the Mortal Kombat machine, I gotta say this is for if you're a fan of this type, which I do like. I would definitely recommend getting this because it is really fun. And last thing, let's talk about gameplay. So obviously for gameplay, we have Miss Pac-Man here. I will show some of the other games, including Galaga. So basically, press the buttons here for one player and two player. But also, if you wanna, like the Mortal Kombat machine, if you wanna like restart the game, you hold this down for like a few seconds and then it restarts. Or if you want to go back to the main menu, you hold this down for a few seconds and then it starts. But for the gameplay, it's almost just like the original cabinet. The controls are a bit more different, like, unlike the original one. Like, in the original one, I feel like you had to, like, move, like, push on the stick a bit more, like, a bit stronger to, like, move or something compared to this. Like, you just move this in any direction and it just instantly just goes along with it. Whereas as the original, it will only, like, move in, like, if you push, like, use a bit more hard force on it. So, that can be very, and I died, but that can be very different from the original machine. But as for the gameplay itself, well, it's Miss Pac-Man. How can you go wrong? It's very classic, very original, and I died there. But I'm not here to have some fun, I'm just here for a review. So, yeah, this one is really fun as well. It can get the controls confusing sometimes, but that doesn't matter much. Well, now that we got that done, let's check out Galaxian and the others. So as you can see here, it's very again much like the Miss Pac-Man game. The controls are very different. Well, not different. Just feels like it's way easier to move the joystick and press the button. Whereas with the original cabinets, you basically just move it and it's just responsive, just more easier. That's not really much a complaint. Again, that's just I find a bit different, but not really a problem. And you're probably wondering how well the button is. Well, it's Galaxian, it's a single shot, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Sometimes they'll have, like, Dig Dug, and that can be used for the button, which is pretty good. I have played that before on that button, and it's pretty good. Though, again, I feel like the button is a little bit less hard, I can't remember the word for it. Just feels more easier to press, unlike the original where you had to, like, push a bit harder on it. But maybe that's just just how the design is. I'm not really sure about it. I don't know. But yeah. This is again another classic. It's the buttons and the control, they all work pretty good. It's just good. It really is. One of the things that they keep is, much like the MK cabinet, if you want to, like, start a game, you basically have to, like, press the button. Even though it just says A button, it's just a single button, but that's not really much of a difference. So just press the button and then press the one player or the two player to start it. that can be a bit old for me at least, but that's just my opinion. I don't really mind it that much either, so that's just how it is for me. And at last, we're gonna check out Pac-Man Mania, or no, Pac-Man Plus real quick. Now, much like the original Miss Pac-Man, the controls are great, the sound is nice and good, and the graphics are, well, the Pac-Man, the old retro type. It's, how can you really go wrong with that? It's not really much of a way to go wrong with it. So it's just good. It's just old classic retro Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man fun. Definitely good for a collectors if you're interested in this. So, as you can see, we basically got like all down on the controls, the sound, the detail, the game selection, and there's one more thing we gotta talk about is price here. So let's get to that. Okay, so I'm looking up on the prices here at the Arcade1up website, and usually it'll range from about like 300 to 400 to 500, but this one, for the Walmart one, it ranges about that much price there, but sometimes it will go like higher or lower. Like this one, the Amazon one, it will be like 472, but sometimes go like 300 type or something. And sometimes even on like Facebook or something for like marketplace, they can have it in that they can have it in that price range too. So they can also go a bit lower than that, like 300, 200. So it's very affordable if you're trying to get this thing. It's much comparable to the Mortal Kombat one, where it's also like 300, 200 or something. But for that machine, there's also a new MK machine that I'm trying to get. Let me know if you want the Legendary Edition Mortal Kombat machine. Let me know in the comment section if you want me to review that. But yeah, that's not what this is about. So yeah, that's basically just as an affordable price as the MK machine. Overall, I honestly think that machine, let me get on, the Miss Pac-Man one, I honestly would recommend for retro gamers, like for like classic arcade games, like if you're like in Pac-Man, Galaga, Frogger, all those classics, then that is definitely a well-deserved machine to get. But if you're looking for like an older type, or like more like a fighting one like this one, then this one might be more, that one might be more your type, then go ahead and get it. I honestly think that both of these are pretty good too. Both the MK machine and the Miss Pac-Man machine. I honestly think they're both decent, both pretty good, and I recommend them both. For now at least. But let me know in the comment section below if you want me to review more Arcade1ups in the future, because I plan on getting some more to add to my collection, and I will eventually review this. It's a 60-in-1 arcade game. Yeah, 60-in-1 game, but for right now, these are good enough as it is right now. So yeah, that's going to be it for the review today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to drop a like on this video, and make sure to share this video with others so they can check out my opinion and see if they want to get these machines, because I honestly think I recommend getting these if you're interested. But yeah, also don't forget to drop a like and leave a comment what you thought about these machines, and what are your opinions on these, and what is your favorite Arcade1up. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, PGZ36, peace out, and keep it rated PGZ36, Pizza Gamers.